Amani, what's our greeting of the day? Okay, air hug. Noah, what's our greeting of the day? Spirit fingers. Okay, Cervantes, what's our greeting of the day? What do you want to do today? All right, good morning, Cervantes. Quentin? Hey, good morning, Quentin. Wilfred? Hi, good morning, Wilfred. Ashlyn? Hi, spirit fingers. Drake? Good morning, Drake. And Jamarcus, what would you like to do today with me?
Hi.
Okay, good morning, Jamarcus. And Emily, you may mute your mic again, Jamarcus. And Emily, what would you like to do with me today? Okay, the person doing the greeting today is Batman. Oops, I picked two. Amani Ann. Okay, Amani Ann, you get to do greeting of the day today. Our greeting is spirit fingers. Okay, so we have a very easy one today, okay? So I will start with Amani Ann. Good morning, Amani Ann.
Good morning, Miss Naki.
Good job. Finally, Emily, can you say good morning to Jamarcus? All right, good job, guys. Good morning. I know it's the middle of the week and we're super duper tired, but we are still at school. We will now talk about the expectations. Your first expectation is to come in with your mic muted. Good job. Your second expectation is to always have your video on. Good job. Your third expectation is to be on time. Amazing, okay? Your fourth expectation is to always raise your hand when you need me. Please don't just unmute yourself and then stop me. Just raise your hand and I can see you. Every single day we're going to complete our work, but if you are sick, you have until the Sunday of that week to turn it in to get full credit. Please sit in a quiet place at all times, just so that when it is your time to speak, we can actually hear you and not everyone screaming in your background. Please be respectful to me as well as your classmates. We're all friends here. Please stay focused. I saw some of you playing with tablets and devices and cell phones yesterday. I'm very observant and I can see it. When I don't see your eyes on me, I know that you're doing something else. And finally, we had a struggle with this yesterday, but I know you guys can get back on track. Please only eat during our designated break hours, okay? Or periods. Please do not eat or drink during our class lesson, okay? You don't do that in actual class. All right, so that is our expectations. We are now going to move on to Marvin. So we'll see who gets Marvin today, if they have a pet or they want to tell us about their dream pet. Batman. Oh, Amani Ann, it is your day today. So you get to do Marvin. Amani, can you please unmute your mic? Okay, Amani, do you have a pet?
Yes.
Okay, you want to go get it? If you can?
Yep. Hey, I got her.
Yay. Okay, so it is it's a hamster. Oh my God. What is its name?
Her name's Layla.
Layla. I'll tell you what, I think they're adorable, but I'm scared to touch them. Like, I can't do it. I can't pick them up. Okay, so do you want to tell us about your pet, like what it eats or your favorite moment with it? You can go ahead. The floor is yours.
This is what she eats.
Okay.
Treats and her real food.
Okay. So typical hamster food. Okay.
Yep. And my favorite moment was when I first got her.
When you first got her, did you get her? You went to like the pet store and you got her?
I went to Petco.
Cool. How long have you had her?
2 months.
Okay. All right. So we're going to take questions. All right. Noah, you may ask the first question out of the 3.
What kind of hamster is it?
Is it a type of hamster? I thought all hamsters were just hamsters.
No. It's a miniature.
It's a Siberian miniature hamster.
Ooh, that sounds so exotic. A Siberian miniature hamster. Okay, thank you, Noah. Quentin, you may do the second question.
Do you like the hamster?
Do you like your hamster?
I love it. I get it out every single day.
Good. You're supposed to love your pets. I know Noah was like, he didn't like his pet. All right, Drake, you may ask your question.
So, hamsters are really good climbers. If I tried to climb a wall, what would you do?
So has it ever like climbed the wall? I don't know if hamsters can climb the wall.
It climbed its cage, though.
It climbs its cage. Okay. All right. We're going to take one final one. Good morning, Connor. We're going to take one final one. Noah, you may finish your question, and then we will move on.
Do you ever hand feed your hamster? No, it only eats in its cage. Oh.
All right. Good job. I got to say, you guys have some very interesting pets. You really do, because I just have like these two really fat, boring cats. But you guys got, what was Cervantes? He had a praying mantis. No, that was Wilfred. Wilfred had the praying mantis, and now one of you has a hamster. Man, I haven't had a hamster since I was a child. All right, let's see who's doing the question of the day. Batman. Quentin, where you at? All right, Quentin. You get to do question of the day, so I'll show you how, and then you get to go after me. Our question of the day is, would you rather talk to animals or control the weather? Animals, because then I would tell my cats to poop in the toilet, so I don't have to clean the kitty litter. Quentin, would you rather talk to animals or control the weather?
Change the weather, because if it's so hot, I'll turn it cold. If it's too cold, I'll turn it hot.
Okay, there we go. All right, good. Kane, would you rather speak to animals or control the weather?
Control the weather.
Why?
Because if it was wintertime, I could change it to summertime.
There we go. Okay, good answer. Amanian, would you rather talk to animals or control the weather?
Talk to animals.
Talk to animals. Why?
So I could tell my hamster to come here.
Okay. All right. Good. Noah?
Talk to animals.
Why?
So my cat can pee in her litter box and poop in her litter box.
Okay. Thank you. Cervantes, talk to animals or control the weather?
Talk to animals.
Why?
Because if I'm getting chased by a cheetah or a lion, I just say, leave me alone.
Okay, good one. Wilfred, talk to animals or control the weather?
Talk to animals.
Why?
Because when this one time I was at the zoo, I was next to the giraffes.
Okay.
And then it licked me on the forehead.
It licked you or it nipped you?
Licked me.
Ooh. They got those long, giant black tongues. No.
Yeah.
No. All right. Thank you, Wilfred. Who is this?
I think
Ashlyn
the toes are actually purple.
is nasty. Okay, let's just agree to that. It's nasty. Ashlyn, talk to animals or control the weather?
Control the weather.
Why?
Because I really don't got a reason.
You just want to control it just in case if one day it's cold, you're like, no, I want it to be hot. Okay.
Yeah.
Drake, control the weather or talk to animals?
I would talk to animals.
Why?
So when my dog ran away, I could say, come here. And one time she actually made me run 5 blocks up my street.
Okay, so it's like
Something like that.
if they not listening or they run away, you're like, you better come over here. Okay, I got
Yeah.
you, Drake. Emily, control the weather or talk to animals?
Talk to animals.
Why?
I don't know.
You don't know? You would just want to talk to animals? Okay. All right. Thank you, Emily. Mute your mic. And finally, Connor, can you tell us, would you rather talk to animals or control the weather?
Animals, because then I can talk to Coco and Chi to stop barking a lot.
All right, so he rather talk to his animals. Okay, good job, guys. That was question of the day. Noah, you may ask or tell us what you need to ask us while I pull up the schedule.
Yeah, I have two more questions about that. Because when we do move to Florida, so sharks don't attack us or alligators, and because, yeah, one time when I was in kindergarten, we went on a field trip on a cart, and this giraffe was chasing us, and we all had food in our food containers for the animals. The giraffe licked all my food.
Oh, see.
And
there was a time when I lived in Texas about 5 years ago, and my best friend said, "Oh, I'm going to kidnap you for the day," right? So she didn't tell us where we were going. She didn't tell me where we were going, and she ended up taking me to a drive-through safari, and we had like the bags of food in our hand. Oh, when we got to the end of the safari, we had our windows down, and this gigantic camel walked up to my car and stuck its head through my car, and I started screaming. I was so terrified. I was ready to get out of my car and run away, but we couldn't do that. It stole my friend's cell phone. It was so funny. It went in the car, bit her phone, and like ripped its head back out. It was crazy.
And also when we're on it, there's this cow bull thingy that was chasing our cart.
Oh, see. All right, thank you, Noah. And then finally Quentin, and then we will move on to our schedule.
What did that camel look like?
Like a gigantic camel. It was way too big, and it scared the living daylights out of me. Like, when it came to, because I wasn't driving. Even though it was my car, I let my friend drive. And it stuck its head in the driver's side, and I pretty much like stuck my body to the window and was just screaming because I was trying to get away from this camel. It was huge. It was huge, and it was terrifying. All right. So today is your 6th day of e-learning. I totally forgot to say the date today. Oh my God, I didn't even say good morning to you guys. Sorry, so today is August 19th, 2020. It's your 6th day of school. All right, so 8 o'clock morning meeting. We're finishing up. At 8:25, we will do the pledge and the poem of the week. Then we will have our first break where we'll come back and then do our spelling for 10 minutes. Today we'll do it for 10. Then we'll have an additional break. When we come back, our reading for today is called Start with Sorry. Okay, it's an interesting one. At 9:35, we'll be doing our writing prompt. Remember, you'll just have the sheet from yesterday, only today you'll choose a new prompt out of the 7. After that, we'll be done with writing, and then we'll go into Some Dog after our 5-minute break. When we come back, we will have whole class of Old Yeller. We'll read about a page and a half, and then we'll have our final thoughts, okay? So that's pretty easy. Let's move on into our pledge and our poem of the week so that you guys can get your first 5-minute break. Okay, so everyone at this time, please unmute your mics. All right, guys, so echo with me. In Mrs. Nagy's class.
In Mrs. Nagy's class.
Good. We use kind words.
We use kind words.
And work hard.
And work hard.
And work quietly.
And work quietly.
And help.
And help.
We are kind.
We are kind.
Happy.
And
And respectful. We respect our classroom.
In our classroom.
And always keep it clean. We are a great classroom.
Awesome.
All right, guys, after the poem of the week, which is just the poem from yesterday, you'll get your first 5-minute break, okay? I didn't do it. I've heard you can't get in trouble for something you didn't do. My mother said that was correct. My teacher confirmed it was true. I'm guessing they must not have meant it. Imagine my shock and dismay to find out I was in trouble for not doing my homework today. Okay, guys, right now it is 8:31. You will return at 8:36, okay? Let's keep our mics muted and let's enjoy our first 5-minute break.
Staff, there is a Mercury Milan silver vehicle in our back parking lot that is running and has been running for about the last hour. So if that is your vehicle, you may want to go out there and turn it off.
I'll be right back. I left my keys in my car. Be right back. All right, well, sorry I took so long. Mrs. Nagy left her car running for an hour, okay? Oh, well. All right, so at this time, we're going to move into our spelling. So please go into Google Classroom, click on your spelling link, and choose the games that you would like to play. You have a 5-minute break right now after your spelling, okay? So we will come back at 8:56, okay? Go enjoy your break before reading. Okay, so today, guys, our story is called Start with Sorry, okay? So our question is, once I read it, I will start to ask you guys to unmute your mic when I call your name, and you'll respond. So our question today is, have you ever hurt someone physically, like hitting them or hurting them, or emotionally, like making them cry, because you were angry? An example of this would be tearing up someone's work because they got a better grade than you, breaking a toy because someone wasn't sharing or because you yourself didn't want to share, or hitting someone because they made you mad, okay? So have you ever hurt someone physically or mentally because they made you mad? Amani, you may give us your response.
Well, I did hit someone. That would be my brothers because they're always messing with me, and I got mad and I hit them.
Okay, so at least she's being honest. She's like, my brothers made me extremely angry, so I knocked them out. Okay. All right, does anyone else want to share? Connor, you want to tell us about a time where you hurt someone because they made you mad?
In first grade, my brother said that he was never going to talk to me, so I got really angry and punched him in the cheek.
Ooh. Okay, so his brother said he wasn't going to talk to him, so he punched him. Okay, Connor, thank you. You may mute your mic. Quentin, would you like to share? I saw that hand.
So this one time, my brother was calling me stupid, and I got really angry, and I punched him in his head.
Oh, my God. Okay, you guys are physical. Okay, thank you, Quentin. Would anyone else like to talk about a time when you might have hurt someone? Okay, Zalia, go ahead. You may unmute your mic and tell us about a time that you hurt someone.
I'm gonna talk about the time where I punched my sister because she tripped me.
Okay, so your sister tripped you, so you punched her. All right, Zalia, thank you. You may mute your mic. Cervantes.
I don't want to say his name, but he kept messing with me, so I hit him like 13 times.
Ooh. Cervantes. Okay, so, and thank you for not sharing their name. I appreciate that. Okay, Drake, go ahead and tell us about your time.
So, my friend, we were all at the park, and then he kept on just running off. It was me and all my friends. He kept on running off without us. So then all of us just like, why you run from us? Then we ran up on him and he just started crying and everything. I'm like, why are you crying?
Not nice. But okay, thank you for sharing. So you know I gotta share a time too, right? So, one time I punched my husband. I know you're not supposed to punch your husband, but I punched my husband because he, and this is so embarrassing, he ate my whatchamacallit candy bar. And I got really, really mad because I went through a whole day of work and I was thinking about that candy bar. And I could have easily, just bought another one, but he ate it and I punched him. I shouldn't have punched him, but I punched him, okay? He made me angry. So, all right, so that was our question. So our story or our video today, because it's not a book, it's like a video, an animation video like yesterday. But our video today is going to show you a little girl who gets very mad at her brother. And she hurts him because she is mad. And then we'll talk about the video and how instead of reacting out of anger, how we can solve problems by using our words.
Meet Luna and Asher. Luna is 3 years old and Asher is 4. They live with their mommy, their daddy, and their pet cat, Buddy. Luna and Asher like to draw together at the kitchen table. "Get the crayons, Asher!" Luna exclaimed. Asher opened the drawer where Mommy kept the paper and crayons. Asher gave some paper to Luna and kept some for himself. He took crayons out of the box one at a time. Orange, purple, black, red, yellow, green, brown, and then blue. Asher chose the brown crayon and drew a picture of a cat, just like Buddy. He gave him green eyes and black whiskers. The cat he drew was so adorable, just like their real one. Luna picked up the green crayon. Asher's cat looked so cute that she wanted to draw a cat of her own. She drew a green cat and gave him red eyes. But when she finished, she felt sad. Her cat wasn't nearly as cute as Asher's. Next, Asher drew a beautiful house just like the one his family lived in. He used the red crayon to color the house. He then added a black roof and a chimney with smoke. It looked so cozy, just like their real home. Luna decided to draw a house too. She used the purple and yellow crayons to draw hers. But when she looked at her picture next to Asher's, her house didn't look as nice. She felt very jealous. Why was he so much better at drawing than she was? It wasn't fair. Now, Asher drew a magnificent tree. He used the brown crayon to draw its trunk and added green leaves and red flowers. It was the prettiest tree he'd ever seen. He felt proud of his work. "I'll hang this one on the fridge," he thought. Feeling sullen, Luna drew a blue and purple tree. No matter how slowly and carefully she drew, she couldn't make her tree as pretty as Asher's. Now, Luna felt mad. Luna stopped drawing and broke the blue crayon in half. She dropped the 2 pieces on the table. When she saw how surprised Asher was, she broke the purple crayon too. It felt so good to break all the crayons. Asher felt sad that all the crayons were broken. He quietly took a piece of the broken purple crayon and began to draw a flower. He made its center yellow and added green leaves. The broken crayons still worked. When his picture was finished, Asher stopped to admire his work. The flower looked beautiful, even though the crayons were broken. He felt happy again. Buddy liked his picture too. And this made Luna madder. Luna snatched a piece of blue crayon and began to scribble furiously on Asher's pretty purple flower. So there, his picture was ruined. But then Asher had another idea. He found the other half of the broken blue crayon and began to color all around the purple flower. He made a beautiful blue sky. Luna felt very angry that Asher was having fun when she wasn't. Before he could stop her, she seized the picture of the purple flower and tore it to bits. It felt so good that she tore up the pictures of the house, the cat, and the tree, too. "What are you doing, Luna?" Asher asked. But Luna wasn't done showing Asher how mad she was. She threw all the broken crayons on the floor. Asher didn't understand why she was making a huge mess. He started to cry. When Luna saw Asher's tears, something happened. All at once, her anger disappeared, and she felt sad and ashamed instead. She loved Asher and didn't want to see him cry. "Please don't cry," Luna said to Asher, but his tears kept coming. Luna didn't know how to make things better. Mommy came into the kitchen to check on Luna and Asher. "What's wrong, Asher?" she exclaimed. "Where did this mess come from?" When Asher didn't answer, she looked at Luna. "Mommy, I made Asher cry," said Luna, and now she felt like crying too. "I was mad that his pictures were better than mine. Now, I don't know how to make him smile again." Mommy knelt down so that she was only as tall as Luna. "Sometimes we hurt people's feelings, even people we love," she said. "Can you think of a way to help your brother remember how much you love him?" Luna crawled under the kitchen table to where Asher was hiding. "I'm sorry, Asher," she said. "Please don't cry anymore." "I forgive you, Luna," said Asher, but he still looked very sad and his eyes were swollen. Luna knew she had to do something else. Just saying the words wasn't enough to make things right. Luna carefully scooped up all the broken crayons and put them back in the box. Asher dried his tears. Luna went to the drawer to get more paper. Oh no! There was only one piece left. "I have an idea, Asher," Luna said to her brother. "Let's draw a picture together." Asher drew a big, strong tree, and Luna colored in the leaves, trunk, and red flowers. It was the prettiest tree they'd ever seen. Asher drew a big, fancy house, and Luna colored it red and purple. It was an even better house than the first one Asher had drawn. Then, Asher drew a cat in the window of the house, and Luna colored him orange. He looked just like Buddy. Now, Asher and Luna held their picture up to admire it. It was perfect. "Mommy! Daddy!" Luna cried. "Look at this picture we made for you!" "What a beautiful picture," said Daddy. "I had no idea you two were so artistic." "That's because we worked on it together," said Luna proudly. She held up her small hand and Asher gave her a big high five.
Hey guys,
Hardcover,
so
paperback.
that was our story for the day. So who would like to start off by telling us what our story was about? Connor?
That a sister got angry at her brother because his brother was a better artist of coloring than her.
Okay, thank you, Connor. Amani?
Story was about that her brother is much better, and she broke all her crayons and ripped up his paper and made him cry.
Okay. Quentin, go ahead. And then it will be Cervantes.
Her brother was much better because he practiced. She probably didn't practice that much.
Okay, so practice makes perfect.
Practice.
Good job, Quentin. I like that. You know, we can all develop our skill by practicing. Good job. Zalia and then Kane.
She felt sorry for what she did because she knew that the only way was to help him, and I
There
don't
we
really
go.
have brothers, so.
Yes, so while all of you are right in saying that it was about a little girl getting angry at her brother because he was a better artist than her, it was also a lot about her trying to fix her mistake of ripping up his stuff and how to make it better. Kane, you may go, and then we'll move on to our final question.
There was only one more paper, so they both had to draw a picture.
Yeah, so that's how she tried to fix it. She was like, I'm sorry for making you cry. I'm sorry for tearing up your pictures. Let's make one together. Thank you guys. Okay, so after our video, we have this question. How can we use our words? Because when her mom came into the room, she finally decided to use her words and say why she was angry because her brother was confused. He didn't know why she was ripping up the papers and the crayons because she didn't use her words. So how can we use our words to tell others how we are feeling and release anger before we hurt someone? So what are some ways that we can tell people how we're feeling, and what are some ways that we can release our anger without hurting someone? Who would like to share? Okay, I see a lot of hands. Amani and then Quentin.
You could say I am feeling upset or something.
There we go. Good. And I like the I am right there. When we are feeling upset, we don't blame it on someone else. We don't say, you made me upset. You say, I am upset because, okay? So we need to take responsibility for our feelings. Thank you, Amani. And then it was Quentin. So Quentin, how can we use our words and how can we release anger before we hurt someone?
You can do a deep breath and act and be like, I'm angry.
Good. You could just, you making me angry, okay? You could just do that. You could be like, I am angry, and just take a deep breath. Who else would like to add? Thank you. So, a very important one that, and I'm going to be honest, Miss Nagy tends to be I can be calm, but when I get angry, okay? And my coping mechanism when I'm angry to make things better is to walk away, okay? So if there's an incident where Miss Nagy is starting to get really, really angry, she will try to walk away from the situation, collect her thoughts. Normally it takes about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Collect her thoughts and then go back and say, okay, this was why I was angry. Because if she stays in the situation and she doesn't walk away, she will explode, okay? And then I will end up hurting the person's feelings, and that's not what we want to do, okay? So another great way is to just simply walk away. If you're not ready to talk or to tell them why you're angry, just walk away. It's one of the easiest things, just walk away. Okay, Quentin, you want to finish up, and then I will tell you your assignment for that. Quentin, go ahead.
What do you mean by blow up?
So if, say for example, I'm angry at my sister, okay, and she's just like poking me. She just keeps getting me angrier and angrier, right? If I don't walk away, I'm probably going to either pretty much explode, like scream at my sister, or we'll get into a fist fight, okay? So if I don't walk away, I'm gonna explode, okay? All right, so let's look at our assignment for that video. So your assignment, hopefully we'll talk about it on Friday and revisit. Your assignment for this is notice when you are getting very angry, okay? So this week, notice what you're feeling, and if you're getting very angry, try to stop it. Try to breathe and try to tell the person how you're feeling, okay? So that you give them a chance to make the situation better, or you give yourself the chance to make the situation better. So your assignment this week is, on Friday we'll talk about it. I'm going to be like, hey, was there a moment this week where you were just like really, really angry? Did you make it better? Did you try? So that's what we will talk about this weekend. Okay, so at this time, you have an additional 5-minute break. We'll come back at 9:26, okay? All right, Connor, you may ask me what you
You're
need
the
to
best teacher I've ever had.
I know, I think I'm perfect too. I think I'm the greatest teacher in the world too. I'm just saying. No, I shouldn't be all conceited like that. But okay, all right, guys, welcome back. We are now going to start our writing block. You guys already know how to do this. You pretty much don't need my help anymore. So when you click on your writing assignment today in Google Classroom, just click on that document. You'll have those 7 writing prompts. You've already done 2 of those 7, so you just decide on a new thing to write about. Just put the writing number on the thing. You don't have to write out the prompt. Name, and today's date is August 19th, 2020. And then you'll just start typing. And then remember, the most important thing is to go to the right upper corner and then press in that turn in button, okay? So our goal today is, we got 14 kids in here right now. We got, 4, 8, 12. How we got 14 when I only see 13? Okay. Oh, no, because I'm number 14. We got 13 kids in this classroom right now, and I expect all 13 of you to turn in, okay? All right, go ahead and do your writing. Okay. Can you guys kind of see me now? Are we good? Are we good? Soraya, can you see me now? Am I glitchy? All right, so what that means is that a lot of teachers and students are signing on. So I'm going to stop talking right now, and I'm going to let you guys just do your writing. And then at 9:40, we're going to turn in, and then we'll have our break. So as of right now, start turning in. Even if you're not done, it's okay. Start turning in. So I have half, pretty much, who turned it in, because I have 6 who turned in and I have 12 students. Perfect. So then that means you turned in. Good job, Sarai. You may go enjoy your break. Okay, so at this time we're gonna do we're gonna say 12 minutes of Some Dog, okay? So we'll finish Some Dog at exactly 10 o'clock. So everyone should be at their screen. Heads up, pretty please. Okay, and then just go ahead and do your math. You may have your 5-minute break. We're going to come back at 10:07. Okay, go ahead and have your 5-minute break. So while you guys are coming back to me, yesterday, where did we finish off? Oh, yeah, yesterday's reading was funny because he was chasing his little brother with kind of like a switch or a stick, because his little brother was swimming all naked inside of his drinking water. So he was mad about that. So he chased his little brother, okay? So at this time, everyone, you got about 30 more seconds to start coming back to me, okay? But make sure that when you come back to me, you're muted, okay? All right, guys, so at this time, we are almost done. We are finishing Old Yeller. Well, first chapter. And then we'll talk about our strengths and our weaknesses today, and we'll be done. Okay. After dinner, I didn't wait for Mama to tell me that I needed to finish running out the corn middles. I got right up from the table and went out and hooked Jumper to the double shovel. I started in plowing where Papa had left off the day before. I figured that if I got an early start, I could finish the corn patch by sundown. Jumper was a dune mule, so think of like a donkey, with a narrow black stripe running along his backbone between his mane and his tail. Papa had named him Jumper because nobody yet had ever built a fence he couldn't jump over. Papa claimed Jumper could clear the moon if he took a notion to see the other side of it. Jumper was a pretty cool mule, though. He was gentle to ride. You could pack in fresh meat on him, and he was willing about pulling a plow. A plow is just like a wagon. Only sometimes when I plowed him and he decided quitting time had come, he'd stop working right then and there. Maybe we'd be out in the middle of the field when Jumper got the notion that it was time to quit for dinner. Right then, he'd swing around and head for the cabin, dragging down corn with the plow and paying no mind whatever to my hauling back on the reins and hollering, "Whoa!" Late that evening, Jumper tried to pull that stunt on me again, but I was laying for him. With Papa gone, I knew I had to teach Jumper a good lesson. I'd been plowing all afternoon, holding a green cedar club between the plow handles. I still lacked 3 or 4 corn rows being finished when sundown came and Jumper decided it was quitting time. He let out a long bray and started wiggling his tail. He left the middle he was traveling in. He struck out through the young corn, heading for the cabin. I didn't even holler "whoa" at him. I just threw the looped rein over my shoulder and ran up beside him. I drew back my green cedar club and I whacked him so hard across the jawbone that I nearly dropped him in his tracks. You never saw a worse surprised mule. He snorted, started to run, then just stood there and stared at me. Like maybe he couldn't believe that I was man enough to hit him that hard. I drew back my club again. "Jumper," I said, "if you don't get back there and finish this plowing job, you're going to get more of the same. You understand?" I guess he understood all right. Anyhow, from then on till we were through, he stayed right on the job. The only thing he did different from what he'd had done with Papa was to travel with his head turned sideways, watching me every step of the way. When finally I got to the house, I found that Mama had done the milking, and she and little Arliss were waiting supper on me, just like we generally waited for Papa when he came in late. I crawled into bed with little Arliss that night, feeling pretty satisfied with myself. Our bed was a corn shuck mattress laid over a couple of squared up cowhides that had been laced together. The cowhides stood about 2 feet off the dirt floor, stretching tight inside a pole frame Papa had built in one corner of the room. I lay there and listened to the corn shucks squeal when I breathed and to the owls hooting in the timber along Birdsong Creek. I guess I made a good start. I'd done my work without having to be told. I taught Arliss and Jumper that I wasn't to be trifled with. And Mama could already see that I was man enough to wait on supper. I guess that I could handle things when Papa was gone, just as good as he could. All right, that's our reading for the day. That was chapter 1. Who would like to tell me about our story today? Ani, go ahead.
The story was about he hit the donkey, whatever it's called,
The mule.
with something.
He hit him kind of. Well, who agrees that Travis is starting to hit a lot?
The mule.
He's starting to hit a lot just because his dad was like, "Okay, you gotta be the man of the house." I mean, he don't gotta go around hitting everybody. Come on. All right, thank you, Amani. Quentin, you may go.
Did he have to hit his brother that hard?
Oh, he didn't hit his brother. He hit the donkey. Because the donkey decided that he was going to be done with his work when he felt like he was going to be done, not when the work was done. So Travis got tired of it and he was like, "Not today." So when the when the mule decided that he was going to be done today without finishing the work, Travis was like, "No," and he hit him really, really hard. Zelia?
You said yesterday that he grabbed his switch and tried to hit his brother.
Yes, so yesterday he tried to hit his brother. Now today, he hit the mule. Like, why he's always hitting? I don't like it. Maybe he needs to learn how to use his words, right? Like we learned today, maybe he needs to learn how to use his words. Only I don't think a donkey can understand us. Okay. So anyone else would like to share about what our story was about today? Connor, you may go.
Why did he hit the donkey? That was mean.
It was mean, but remember, he hit the donkey.
Like, we should love nature.
Yes, we should
And
love
all
nature.
animals.
But remember, he hit the donkey because the donkey wasn't doing his job right.
I was wanting to ask that the thing that went well is doing the mic.
Yes. Okay, thank you. So Quentin kind of led us into our final portion of the day. So what can I say that went well? I have to touch up on what I said yesterday. Your guys' input or your responses to me are getting a lot more numerous. You guys are on time. You guys pretty much are starting to understand how to turn in the writing, how to get on the programs we need to. None of you were eating after break, so good job. I would have to say the thing that we need to improve on is making sure that we stay focused. Give me 1 second because someone's going across the room. I would have to say our expectation of staying focused, okay? Like I said on the first day, I understand all of you are home, your families are there, so you're kind of like doing your own thing in the background, but we are here to learn, okay? And come Monday, it's going to become a lot longer, so we have to stay focused, okay? So no doing things in the background, all work, okay? Would someone like to add what they think we did well today or something that we might need to improve on? Drake and then Zelia?
I think muting our mics.
Yeah, I think we're doing very well with muting our mics. Thank you, Drake. Zelia, you may unmute your mic. And then Emily, you'll go after Zelia.
We've been not turning on our mics and when people are talking.
Yeah, good job, Zelia. So you may mute yourself now. Guys, Emily, you'll go next, but give me 1 second. So that's actually something I really, really appreciate, guys, because I think you've learned throughout the 6 days that we've been doing school that when someone has their mic unmuted, it is so hard for us to hear one another. So great job. Emily, and then Emily and then Soraya, okay?
How good we did our writing and turned it in.
Yes, you guys are doing a lot better with finishing that writing and getting more descriptive. Thank you, Emily. Okay, Connor, go ahead.
Okay. We did really good on our spelling and our math
today.
I
agree, Connor.
And yesterday.
So I totally agree. Like I said, you guys are starting to get into the swing of it, okay? But remember, come next week, it's going to be a little bit different, okay? So we're going to have to continue to adjust. All right, so at this time, congratulations. You just completed your 6th day of e-learning. I know it was kind of long, okay? But I will see all of you tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Bye, guys.